come on, Roberto. I want to apologize to the parents who are picking up their children from school and have to explain that they're really selling a kitchen knife. Roberto, come on, dude. That's...
They're just talking about cooking. That's all it is.
Oh, man.
Mike, come on. Get your mind out of the gutter, will you?
Yeah, okay. Well, another Eric Thies classic. Ticket text coming in. We'll get the Goodell versus Jerry Jones nonsense at 4:15. Talking about Jalen Rose, he thinks the way to get players paid is to boycott the tourney. I don't know that we can find an effective way to pay athletes collegiately. I mean, it's clearly, I think football and basketball should be paid, but you have to find a way to pay everyone because of Title IX. And you also have to find a way to fund this. I mean, it's not a problem to pay football and basketball. It's if you're going to pay every athlete in every sport, that's where I really don't know how we get it done. Number of people writing in saying Stan Van would sign Griffin again. Oh, God. I refuse to believe that. Ugh. Love the idea of allowing the players to make money off themselves, their name. Don't have to pay anybody. Just permit them to get paid for their name if they are good. Yeah, but then you're going to have an unbelievable amount of jealousy, animosity, inequality. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, Sam Darnold at USC, he'd be bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and none of his other teammates, well, maybe that Tony Jones kid, but none of the other kids are going to be making Stugats. Can you imagine what that's going to be like in that locker room? He's walking in with a Ferrari. The other guys are riding Vespas. Guys, you can't do that.
But wouldn't the argument be that he earned it?
No.
That he's good enough?
He earns when he gets drafted number one by the Cleveland Browns. I'm telling you, that's how people view it. I believe every player, regardless of ability, should be paid because they all work the same. The ability is where you start to make real money as a professional. Hey, amateurism is a joke. I know it. You know it. My point is I can't allow the inequalities amongst the teammates. I got to get everybody paid. That's me. Look.
Which is complicated because there's no right answer to that.
I know. Let's go to David, 97.1. David, how you doing, bub?
Hey, gents. Two things. Players aren't going to get paid unless power brokers and leaders can make money doing it. And Jalen Rose's idea is really ill-advised. If players were to boycott, especially all of them, to boycott the tournament, they would be vilified, and you would have people ending up in the world of Colin Kaepernick, where they're just not marketable.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean vilified? I don't.
They would be. People would be calling them names. I mean, it would be hatred. It'd get ugly.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if one guy on the team's making all the money and everybody else is going, well, what about me?
No, this is what I'm saying. If there is a boycott of the NCAA tournament,
I'm sorry, David, I misunderstood.
Billions of dollars lost.
Yes.
And people would be vilified.
Oh, in this country?
It would get ugly.
It would get nasty. Oh, no doubt. I agree with you completely. You'd have people going to social media, calling the players' names. You'd have the public will would turn in a heartbeat. That's where I don't think Jalen understands exactly what the cost would be.
I agree, and like I said, no one's going to get paid unless power brokers and business leaders of this world are going to get paid too.
Yeah. No, David, you're right. People don't have to like what you just said, but you're right. I would love the NCAA to open their books. I've always wondered about it because they claim 95% of the money goes right back to the student athletes, which is possible. The problem I have with the NCAA is, what are they, a 501c3PO or whatever it is, a charity, whatever it is. They're a nonprofit charity. I mean, give me a break with that. Hey, charity or Mott's. Get out of here. But I want to see the books. I'd like to know exactly how much of that money is going to the coffers and how much. I could say it goes back to the member institutions, but that doesn't help the player. The player sees exactly zero of it. And I do. I think in the same way that a number of people have come to my side of things as it pertains to tanking, hashtag trust the process, I think a number of people are coming to our side regarding we got to pay players. My issue is I still don't have the system on how to do it. That's the hang-up. It used to be just a battle about should players get paid. I think the FBI investigation, I just turned off my own mic because I'm an idiot. I think the investigation has gotten people talking. I think seeing some of the money that's out there, the Brian Bowen deal, I think now people are going, we probably do have to pay them. But how? That's a whole nother ball of wax. And I really don't have a good answer. Let's go over to Craig, 97.1. Craig, how you doing, bud?
Mike, how you doing?
Good. What can I do for you?
All right. So this is what I'm thinking about. Now, this is just let me start by saying this is just a starting point. Okay. So what you just said about where the money comes from, I don't even know where the money comes from. But let's just use the NCAA, right? They control pretty much the student athlete as well as the university. So a check comes in. Let's say for the NCAA, it goes to the university. You issue every student athlete a debit card, okay? You pay everybody the same wage, regardless of what sport it is, okay? Now, how do you control hours? Okay, you assign them a time clock, or they got to sign, not even a time clock because that can be abused. They got to sign their name. They in practice, you sign in, you sign out. Whatever hours you put in is what your hourly wage is. So let's say.
Hold on, Craig. Stop for a second, though. You're running into the same issue. You got women's crew. You got men's tennis. You got women's golf. You got men's bowling.
No. They all get paid the same. They all get paid the same thing.
But you still have no way to fund it. What are you paying?
No, I'm not. No. What I'm saying is, I'm saying as far as you asked for a start. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, this has actually got to be blown up, right? So you blow it up. NCAA is making what? Billions, $1 billion a year?
Okay.
Okay, you cut these. Let's just use them as an example because that's where the money is at, okay? Now, you could say that the university can kick in a certain amount of money, okay, whatever. But I'm saying once you get it funded, this is how you pay everybody. You give everybody a debit card. They sign in. You at work. You at a tournament.
Craig, I understand.
A tournament.
I understand. You're simply going to run into the same answer I have given so many people. You are not telling me how we're funding it. I truly do not believe you. Let's say you got 150,000 scholarship athletes in the United States of America. 150,000, right? Okay. And you want to pay each kid, you want to call it $1,000 a month? Does that sound about right? Right? Okay. So you want to do, okay. Here you want to pay him $12,000 a year. Dude, you're talking almost $2 billion, $1.5 billion. What are we doing? Or whatever. I mean, come on. You can't do it. Hey, if you want to tell me we got to break it down like the NBA and the owners and it's got to be a 50-50 revenue split, I love where your head's at. Good luck convincing the college presidents and the universities to go along with it. I mean, what is the math on that? 150,000 times $12,000. What is that? Help me with that.
It would be.
I'm not a math major and I didn't go to Yale. Leave me alone, everybody.
Yeah, it's at 1.8 billion. That would be.
There you go. I said $2 billion. There, kiss off. How about that? $2 billion. You really think you're going to get the universities to subtract, even if it was profit, $2 billion? Guys, it's not happening. And mind you, that's $1,000 a month. That's not some amazing deal. I've seen some people who want the cash equivalent of the scholarship. Here, I'll tell you what. Average school's going to run you, you want to call it $30,000 a year? Here, have some fun. Here, I don't care. To hell with it, right? And beep, 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 beep. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Now we're up to almost $5 billion. Guys, you got to find the money somewhere. If this were as simple as just paying college basketball and college football, there's no debate.
Also, Mike, by the way, I want to bring this up to you. I know we're running out of time.
You want to offer it to us?
I want to get your opinion on something related to ESPN that just came out about a minute ago. I've been looking at and just see if. Look, I don't know if this is some huge issue, but I want to get your opinion on air about it.
Well, we'll do it next. Luckily for you, I'm here till 6. 248-539-9797. Hey, time of year, New Year's resolutions.